afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this Facebook Live broadcast from the Masai Mara in Kenya. Now, the regular Safari live stream is unfortunately experiencing some troubles, but fear not, we're sitting here with the Angama pride, or bits of it, here in the Masai Mara. Now, my name is James Hendry. Hello to you. And on camera today, from Kenya, is Manuel. Not from Barcelona this time, but in fact from Kenya. So we'll go back to the lines. I'll tell you a little bit about what we're doing and why we haven't been on the regular drive, this morning or tomorrow morning or this evening. And that's because we are preparing ourselves for some nighttime tests. So we'll be out all night tonight. If action happens, we will go live to Facebook. If nothing happens, well, we'll probably fall asleep in the car. But we're hoping that this pride is going to hunt. Now, we're sitting here with the 7 cubs at the moment, and they, of course, are not going to hunt, but their mother, or one of the females, one of the lionesses, is just behind us. And I'll just slightly move the car so that you don't get a pole in your view. She's fast asleep on a termite mound here. And I'm in two minds as to whether to wait here with them or perhaps try and find the other 3 lionesses of the Angama pride. They are somewhere around here. We had one of them earlier on this morning that headed into the woodland off to the west of where we are now. We think the mother of the 3 very little cubs. And where the other 2 are, I'm not sure. But let me tell you what happened last time they went hunting, the other 2. The other 2, with 1 cub, hunted down a wildebeest, a little wildebeest, which was unfortunately torn from this mortal coil without sort of much, what shall we say, without much care or relief. Anyway, and then the rest of the pride joined them to eat it. And so we can either wait here and see what unfolds with the others, but the idea really is to try and film these lions hunting. And I've noticed that I think we only have one lioness here. Now, as Ruth is doing, please feel free to comment or send us questions through the comment section of this Facebook Live broadcast. Ruth, you say this is so very special. It is indeed very special, Ruth. And you know, you can get pretty blasé about what's going on out here. As I came down the road, we're not actually that far from camp, but as I came down from the camp, what I did manage to find was a herd of zebra, a herd of hartebeest, a herd of Sabi, a herd of buffalo, a couple of wildebeest, and then the lions just down the way. So there is a huge amount of life in and around this area that we call the Masai Mara. Now, Betty, you're wondering if the survival rate of these cubs is greater or worse, I suppose we should say, than the survival rate of the cubs at Djuma, because of there's so much open space. I'm going to say it's about the same. I think that, you know, as much as they have challenges with the open areas, and I'll get back to that now, so do their enemies, you know. So the enemies of lions are, of course, largely either male lions that are unfamiliar, or, of course, the hyenas, the enormous hyena clans here. But whatever challenges the lions face, you know, associated with the vegetation, so too do the hyenas. So I don't think that makes a big difference. I also think that we tend to think of this area as being open, and therefore it's much easier to see things. But these lions, there we go, quite a lot of playing going on, it's very sweet. These lions will disappear into this grass in seconds, actually more easily than they would, say, across quarantine clearings or into some of the thickets. They don't have to hide behind bushes here to become invisible. All they have to do is walk gently into the grass, and they will disappear completely. So, Betty, I don't think that there is actually a disadvantage to this open area. And we saw that the other day from the hunt that we saw with the wildebeest in broad daylight. You know, they had no trouble hunting down that wildebeest in broad daylight. Now, Jess, you're wondering about how old the cubs will be before they'll join the hunt. before they'll join the hunt effectively and not make a total mess of it, they'll have to be at least probably between 16 and 18 months old. They might try and start joining from about 12 months, so from about a year old, but largely I think you'll find they're only effective in a hunt from about 18 months old. So these chaps, which I think, I looked at them the other day and I thought probably between 3 and 6 months old. There might be some slightly older than 6 months, but not much, I don't think. I think they're all probably just about between 3 and 6 months old. There are 3 other much smaller ones, and like I said, that other lioness is off to the side there. And so way off you can see a little car there, and then just beyond that there's a woodland, and I think the other lioness with the very small cubs, probably only about 6 to 8 weeks old. I think you'll and beyond here. Now I believe the stream is still down at Djuma, and so you're all very happy to be watching it here. Well, that's great stuff. I'm very glad that we could be bringing this to you. Oh, you know what? We got here too late, Pamela. You say, have I seen any of the Angama pride climbing trees like the Paradise pride do? And apparently just before we got here, that lioness and one of the cubs was in this tree here. So yes, you'll find all of the lions of this area climb trees. They think it's to get away from biting flies. I have to tell you that I haven't been bitten by a fly since I've been here. Look, I've only been here 4 days this time, and I was only here 2 weeks last time. So maybe I've just not experienced biting flies, but I haven't seen any great numbers of biting flies. Not like I have at Djuma, and there the lions definitely don't climb trees. So I don't know, I think it's maybe to pick up a breeze. I also think that, you know, this is a flat landscape, and just about all the animals will at one time or another climb onto a termite mound so that they can get some kind of a vantage point. And I suspect that much like leopards climb trees for vantages, so why not the lions as well? They're having a wonderful time. Now the sun has just gone down. It's going to start getting dark, at which point, of course, I'm hoping this lioness will get up and do something useful. I will tell you that Jamie is looking for the Paradise Pride, as Pamela was mentioning. It looks like a little male. And the Paradise Pride is sort of quite a long way off to the south of where we are now. And with any luck, Jamie will find them. We will only be broadcasting sort of on Facebook. Oh, this is wonderful tonight. If there is sort of major action, if the cats are lying down, not doing very much, then we won't. But if Jamie doesn't find the Paradise Pride fairly soon, she'll probably come back into this area and see if we can't find the other 2 lionesses, who I am 90% sure are on the hunt. And were it not for the fact that we sort of need to stick with these chaps, I would head off and see if I couldn't find them. But they might pitch up any second now. Who knows what will happen here? There's a very characteristic little breeze that picks up at this time of the year. This time of the day, actually. The weather's very consistent pretty much around the year. And it's now starting, it just gets a little bit cool in the night. The climate here is absolutely fantastic, I must say. Victoria, you want to know when the TV show starts? I keep forgetting this myself. I think it's the 8th of July. I will get confirmation for you. 10th of July. I always say the 8th. So it's the 9th of July in the United States, 10th of July here. So all you need to remember is 9th of July. And it will be playing out, and I'm going to give you the East African Standard Time, and then I will try and get somebody to give you an American time as well. But East African Time will be playing out firstly with Earth Live, or Earth Live will be an exciting thing for us to watch, from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock in the morning. That's East African time on the 9th of July. And then again, our sort of first sneak peek, if you like, just for a short hour, right after that on Nat Geo Wild and the main Nat Geo channel all over the world, which is the only show we'll be doing all over the world for that hour, straight after Earth Live, so from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock East African time. And then every week thereafter, we'll be going out for 2 hours from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock East African time. You can work out whatever time that is where you are in the world. That'll be on Nat Geo Wild. There's other 7 shows, so you can tune in the US to that. Otherwise, you can watch it around the world on the internet. we doing it? Are we broadcasting up the internet? We are actually. And Brenda, you say you're loving my new hat. Thank you, Brenda. That is very kind of you. I purchased it on my way out of South Africa on the advice of Brent Leo Smith and Stefan Winterboer, who said, well, you know, the sun is very, very sort of harsh here in Kenya, so close to the equator and so high up, and so we suggest you get something more than a cap, which I did. I think it's all right. I'm not quite sure that I'm used to it yet, but we'll see over the coming weeks. And, of course, when I'm in the studio for the TV shows, well, you can't wear a hat in the studio, can you? And so you will all be blessed with the joyful sight of my very bald head. Let's go back to the lines. All right, everyone, everything calmed down here, so I'm probably try and move around a bit and see if I can't find the other lionesses. If anything happens, rest assured we will come back to you on Facebook. So until then, I hope you're having a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, night, wherever you happen to be in the world. We'll see you very soon.